Good day, Team GCI. I'm Brad Alexander, and in today's GCI Market Outlook, let's take a look at Forex trading on Aussie CAD, Aussie dollar, gold, silver, the S&P 500, dollar Swiss, and euro dollar. Just a reminder that these videos are intended as educational. We are only observing current market conditions, and these are not to be considered as trading advice. The euro dollar 4-hour chart tells the story with US dollar weakness. We will talk about why in a minute, but we will ask, will it continue? Technically, we see the stochastic oscillator very overbought. If you look at any US dollar pair chart, you will see the same weakness as the inverse on the dollar Swiss chart. If we move out to the euro dollar daily, we get some important information. Price action is at a key level, as we can see from this descending triangle earlier in the year. But what about the weakness? The weakness can be attributed to the idea that the Fed are still considering lowering interest rates near the end of the year. This is an outflow of US dollar into the stock markets now, as we spoke about in the last video, and we can see that on the daily chart of the S&P 500. The other indices show the same. Also, bond yields are falling, which always sends currencies lower. While the Iran war may be causing inflation, the markets and the US Federal Reserve see this as a temporary risk. Meanwhile, any geopolitical turmoil like Iran, Israel, and Lebanon usually drives the price of gold higher, taking the value of US dollar down. And without sounding political, the markets are realizing how much the current administration has added to the US debt with no end in sight. This is never good news for the value of a currency. And with no end in sight to the Iran war, gold is creeping higher. We saw a gap to the downside after peace talks started, but investors traded the gap. We are still far lower than the record highs, with MACD looking bullish. Silver has followed gold higher as usual, but are we seeing a rising wedge? Let's keep an eye on this. We have very little news this week, but we will keep an eye on Australian employment data. We've been watching AUD strength right across the board. If price action on Aussie dollar and Aussie CAD looks familiar, it is. The Australian dollar often parallels gold, but keep an eye on the news on Thursday. That's all for now. CFDs and FX are leveraged products, and your capital may be at risk.